This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Welcome back. We're following more breaking news tonight. A trial date has been set between the Bahamas Hotel Catering and the Allied Workers Union and Melia Resort over those gratuity rates. Melia and the hotel union can't agree on a rate for gratuity and the new all-inclusive resort. The trial date has been set for April 30th to May 1st in the Supreme Court. Now, until this time, the existing injunction has been extended until after a ruling has been made. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. Well, Prime Minister Perry Christie emphasized young people today in his presentation to the House of Assembly.
Yes, he said he's still concerned about unemployment among the youth, and he said it has a program in developmental stage that will seek to encourage at-risk youth.
The rise in the unemployment rate resulted from an expansion of the labor force that simply outstripped the growth in jobs. As I stated earlier, Mr. Speaker, achieving much stronger jobs growth is one of my government's key policy priorities. Announce a major new initiative to target at-risk adolescents. It will speak to a more structured intervention in the lives of large numbers of young people, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am confident through our determined growth strategy and with the education and preparation of our youth at its core, we will achieve the higher, more inclusive growth rates that reduce unemployment to significantly lower levels.
The Bahamas National Festival Commission said it has spent about $1.7 million so far on preparing for Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival. The three-day event is scheduled for May 7th through 9th, with 4 main events including Junkmania, Midnight Rush, Music Masters, and Road Fever. Dame said money has been spent on buying indigenous materials for costumes, among other items.
I think about 200 plus businesses have been affected by the spend so far by the Commission. And those would include graphics designers, makeup artists, models, the whole gamut of our community, printing companies, etc., etc., etc. All of the islands pretty much have been affected financially by purchases that we would have made with materials, services that they would have provided either when we visited the island and we put on an event, same thing in Grand Bahama.
CEO Roscoe Dames added that the Commission has every intention of remaining within its budget. He also addressed the backlash the event has been receiving, with organizers being blasted for promoting another country's culture over the Bahamas' main cultural expression, Junkanoo.
When you plan within what you have. Similar to if you go shopping with $100, you can't spend $150 because you don't have it. So you plan and shop accordingly. We're well aware of the comments that are being made around the country. We respond to those comments. Constructive criticism is always welcome so that we can mold and shape this. We want at the end of the day to have the most successful event that we could possibly have as we showcase the Bahamas to the world.
Well, a visit to Atlantis is an experience that guests rave about, but it's apparently also an experience for the employees. Now, in just a couple of days, nominees in scores of categories will be vying for awards at the Atlantis Awards weekend. Our Keisha Adley joins us tonight and introduces us to one of the contenders. Keisha. Imagine all over Atlantis. We're going to try and work to get her in there in a couple of seconds, but we can tell you that Keisha, of course, has been talking to Atlantis all week about various aspects as they celebrate a milestone in their anniversary, and of course that's been an exciting time for them throughout the entire week, just having a lot of experiences. What do you say, Charisma?
there, Clint and Charisma. Well, if you thought the view from Virgil's barbecue was nice, then you would love this one. We're sitting just in front of the Marina Village and the marina here at the Atlantis property, and it's a perfect setting for a wonderful Valentine's Day rendezvous, especially if you love boats. We're going to tell you about the amenity in just a couple of minutes, but first we're going to introduce you to an employee of the Atlantis Resort who is a master at keeping this luxury resort afloat. Glenroy Pratt has been answering to since 2001 when he was appointed head of convention services, but has been an employee at Atlantis for 21 years, learning and loving every minute of it.
One can gain a great deal of experience. A lot of businesses you can kind of get boxed in, but having the experience of working with people from all around the world, it kind of gives you great insights on the different businesses around the world. And it also helps you to be able to actually deal with customers, not just deal with customers, but also it helps you all around.
As conventions manager, Pratt is mandated to see conference events through from start to finish and lead a team. And as he told us, celebrity interaction is all in a day's work.
Alonzo Mourning, I've met people like Lenny Kravitz, I've met people like LL Cool J. It's just so many different people.
The last 9 years in the front office have taken Pratt to a new level. His office wall is decorated with a partial history of his interaction with celebrity guests.
I can see you're not camera shy.
Pretty much, I am actually. I'm a shy person.
The Wall of Fame also includes his caricature, paying homage to his 2013-2014 Leader of the Year win. But Pratt remains grounded. An encounter with a legendary former NBA coach, Pat Riley, however, does make him smile.
I was responsible for the execution of their training camp. And so that was an interesting experience, you know, having Pat Riley jokingly call me the man with two names because obviously Glenn Roy, so it was that type of thing.
So what was it like to meet him?
It was a cool experience. I mean, and I'm not overwhelmed with such great...
Are you a Heat fan?
I'm not a Heat fan, but I do support the Heat if they're playing. I'm a Boston Celtics fan.
Okay, so it's conditional.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pratt is looking forward to the next 21 years as he declares in a manner just as matter-of-fact as his celebrity stories.
I have a great time working at Atlantis because I enjoy what I do.
Well, we're back here at the Atlantis Marina, and I'm joined by Mr. Herbert Bain, who is the Vice President of Marine Operations here at Atlantis. Hello there.
Good evening, Keisha.
All right, we're sitting with these beautiful yachts as our backdrop tonight, and the dock looks pretty full. Tell me about how the occupancy is looking.
Well, Keisha, we're running about 90% occupancy. The marina itself is this is the cruising season for boaters.
Getting away from that cold, right?
Of course, certainly. And so they choose Atlantis Marina, a marina that we consider one of the best marinas in this part of the world.
Tell me about what makes it the best and what it is that sailors are looking for when they come to you.
Well, Keisha, boaters they're looking for two things predominantly. They're looking for a safe place to moor their vessels, and then secondly, they're looking for good service. And both of those things we offer here at Atlantis Marina. This marina itself, if you look at it, it's actually cut into the land, so it provides safety from the elements, weather conditions, and then also we have in our opinion, the best staff here, and we offer the best service that you can find in the industry. And so we're very proud of the staff and the things that we're doing here at Atlantis.
You know, I was looking back there trying to pick out my slip when I actually do get my yacht. Can you help me out with that?
Well, certainly. There's a lot to choose from, and we'll be happy to have you.
All right, thanks a lot, Mr. Herbert Bain, Vice President of Marine Operations here at Atlantis. Back to you all in the studio. This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly. Financial Services Minister Hope Strachan addressed a town hall meeting of staff and partners of Ernst & Young at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort on Tuesday. In her presentation, Minister Strawn outlined a number of measures aimed at improving the competitiveness of the financial services industry. These measures include facilitation of continuing education and professional certification for high-level positions throughout the industry, particularly in the area of taxation and corporate finance. Special emphasis will also be placed on improving our complement of professionals with foreign language skills and the provision of practical training and internship for entry-level positions. In other business news, being able to pay bills from the comfort of your own home is a huge convenience for many Bahamians, and the Water and Sewage Corporation is joining the ranks of companies which provide online bill payment as an option for their customers. The online bill payment service will be available 24 hours a day and is fast, easy, and secure. This new feature is part of the Water and Sewage Corporation's customer service upgrade to its online services. The company also has added an e-notification service to go along with their revamped Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube accounts. And in international news, top officials at HM Revenue and Customs have been shouted down by MPs in the British Parliament, angry at their lack of urgency in dealing with the HSBC tax dodging scandal. Chair of the Public Accounts Committee, Margaret Hodge, accused Lynn Homer, HMRC chief executive, of a pathetic response. Homer denied she had failed to take firm action against UK citizens hiding money in HSBC accounts in Geneva. She said it was absolutely not the case, that she was failing the UK taxpayer. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly.
In a time when many young people are becoming distracted by the trappings of society, one teenager is staying focused and excelling in her studies.
That's right, Charisma. And today, Cleopatra Murphy spoke with the country's top BJC scholar for 2014. She says she's focused on achieving her goal of becoming a psychologist.
14-year-old Anastasia Turnquest is an exemplary scholar and one who other students can model themselves after. The former H.O. Nash Junior High School student earned the top BJC results for a female student in a government school, top results on New Providence, and best overall results in the country in 2014. She earned 9 A's in English language, mathematics, social studies, general science, health science, religious studies, technical drawing, craft, art and design, and achieved the subject award in art. The student who returned to her old school says she had an inkling she accomplished the feat.
After all the hard work, I just was ready for it to be over. But I had an idea it was going to happen, but I was surprised when it did.
Even more impressive, she did it with a busy schedule of extracurricular activities. She was a member of the Bahamas National Dance School, school choir, actively involved in several clubs and church activities, and played soccer. Turnquest, who earned a scholarship to attend St. John's College, says biology is her favorite subject, and that has been influenced by her teacher.
My teacher, Mr. Powell, he is one of the most energetic teachers I have met, and he reminds me of my mother.
Her mother, Theresa Turnquest, a teacher at H.O. Nash, says Anastasia has always been determined, and she set a goal to become a top scholar.
I'm extremely proud, I must say, because she was determined from last year, to be honest with you. When her colleague Candice Petty from H.O. Nash, along with 2 other students, got 8 BJCs, she was at the award ceremony that January, and she said, "Mom, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna get 9.
Her former art teacher says he noticed something special in Anastasia.
Either I'm a very good art teacher, or she's a very good student. And I think it's the latter, because she really excelled in her work. Just beautiful pieces she produced. I was truly impressed with her determination, tenacity, and how she was serious about whatever she did.
Turnquest says her advice for other students is to stay focused.
Whatever they put their mind to, that they can do it, and because no one can tell you what you can or cannot do. It's all up to you to just do what you have to do so that you could prove everybody else wrong.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
The Constitutional Commission closed out the Abaco leg of its educational forums on the gender equality bills last Friday night in Sandy Point. Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
Sandy Point residents turned out to the meeting on those proposed amendments to the Constitution, and chief among their concern was ensuring that homosexual marriages would not be made lawful with their passage. For resident Preston Roberts, Bill 4 with its premise to eliminate discrimination on the basis of sex drew him to the meeting. He says others with questions should take full advantage of the forums.
I would like for the entire country to really sit and listen to what they have to say, because you can get a wrong perception if you don't come and hear. If you hear it on the street and don't hear the facts.
The residents feel gay marriage is something the Bahamas is not ready to accept, a sentiment shared by Christine White.
One of my main concerns is that they make sure that the law is really clear on the sex gender issue, because we don't want what is now happening in the United States or other parts of the world to creep into our Bahamaland, meaning alternative marriages.
Chief Counselor for the area, Jacqueline Estevez, says the session was successful as the locals were able to have some of their biggest concerns addressed.
I'm sure everyone here is leaving more knowledgeable and in a position to vote effectively on that day.
The Commission's next stops are Meguana and Ragged Island. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.